Hey, it's Will heading to the session. We got an interesting night for you guys ahead. So stay tuned. Check it out. Here it goes. Hey, my name's Will.
My name is Lisa.
My name is Zach.
And we are here tonight in Studio A for our little tracking session. We had some difficulties in terms of bands falling out on us. What was it, 2 or 3 groups?
We had 2 bands cancel on us at the last minute, so we came up with a 3rd band and had to improvise a little bit with some of our setup.
Right. Nonetheless, we're here. We're doing a tracking project, and we're going to have a good product at the end of the day. So, what we're doing basically is we're doing a cover of the Doors song "People Are Strange." Who are the guys?
We have Nick Fields on vocals and acoustic guitar, and we have Joe Mullins on our percussion. He also does the drums as well.
All kind of percussion, all kind of drums. If you're familiar with the show Stomp, we get a little bit of inspiration from that for this project too. So it's interesting. It's kind of earthy sounding. I think you guys are going to dig it. Right?
Cool. Alright, so we have Nick Fields on vocals, and we put a Neumann U87 on his vocals. Really brought out a lot of the warm sounds in his voice. Really fits the tone of the song. Really full overall sound. It's a classic vocal mic. Definitely decided to use it.
With the portable GoPro. He insisted on playing and singing live. And we didn't really want to argue too much because we wanted to go for that earthy feel tonight. So.
With such a natural sounding acoustic cover, we really tried to follow the band's lead on it. And since we did run into difficulties with trying to find musicians, they didn't want to play to a click track. So we also had those difficulties to work with. So we put the Neumann U87 on Nick's vocals, and we also then ran it through the Bellari preamp.
The DBX 160.
And we used the DBX 160 for compression on the vocals and the guitar. And the guitar, we had a direct line going through, and we also had a 414 on the guitar. Both sound awesome. The direct is shockingly impressive.
So we found out that this guitar, this Ibanez, has a built-in DI, and it sounds really cool. So we're using that as well as the AKG 414.
The guitars are running through the Audient console. Then we have the cajon, which Joe brought in and played throughout. It's the main rhythm piece along with the bass in the song.
What's up? We're tracking. I got Devaughn right here. What up, Devaughn? Devaugh's playing bass for us tonight.
Yeah. So we used the Beta 52, and we ran it through the API preamp. For the percussion, we had West African maracas and
A pair of balls.
A pair of balls and foot tambourine that Joe played. And we used a Rode NT2, which got an overall pretty wide sound from both very different sounding instruments.
All right, it's Will again, introducing you to a couple of guys. We got Nick on the guitar and on the vocals, and we got Joe on a cajon. I don't know why I got to ask his name for the 10th time now. Joe's got some interesting things for us today. We got a pair of balls.
We got some West African shaker. It goes by many names. The Asalado, Ashakas, Kakskas, Chakras. And it's just like...
Right on. It's cool. So we got this cool setup happening. We're going for a real rootsy, earthy sound, and I think we got it covered. Over here, we're going to get to this coming up here soon. We got our enhanced drum kit. Think of Stomp. Think of unordinary things. Conventionally mic'd like a drum set, but we got a trash can lid. We got a bucket. We got let's see. We got all kind of metal objects. We got chains. We got truss rods. We got a knife and knife sharpening set. So we got some cool things happening. Stay tuned.
And then we did bass direct with Devaughn Dobbins on bass. Yeah, and that ran through the Focusrite.
But we used an interesting improvised kit. We had kick, snare, a couple of toms, And then we also used, as Will was talking about the Stomp kit, a trash can lid and a giant water jug.
And all kinds of other chains and pieces of metal were just interesting pieces.
It was a little bit weird to record, but it ended up giving us a really cool sound, and we think you'll like it a whole lot.
This video is to kind of explain our overall working process with our first tracking session of the year to Studio A, and definitely to show some of the difficulties people can have with trying to find musicians, trying to really book time that works for everyone, and also working with a lack of gear and having to make up for it. So sometimes you really have to stay on your feet. You gotta, be open-minded to different things. And I think overall, with such a good earthy, natural sound of with the Doors and it being an acoustic guitar cover, I think overall we really reached a more natural sound and a cover that does really fit the song.
Yeah, and another important thing to consider is listening to the band. They had a particular vision for this, and with somewhat limited resources and time, I think we were able to get it there.
Thank you.